What is going on, guys? This is Badass Reviewer, and today I will be having a look at the S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan Broly figure. I have to say, this might be one of my favorite figures of all time. I was definitely not expecting this guy to be as great as he was going to be, although I didn't think it was going to be crap, but I was not expecting him to completely just blow me away with everything that he is. The sheer size of him, the molding and the paint, everything about him I think is just fantastic. I love this figure, and he definitely is going to be in my top 5, which I thought was kind of impossible for me to figure out because I have a hard time figuring out what figure would be my all-time favorite figure, and I'd have to say between this and another S.H.Figuarts figure, I would have to say he is very close to being number 1. But let's talk about the figure. Very nice look to him, very accurate to how he looks in the movie, since he is not a main storyline character in terms of the series itself. And it's awesome. I am very impressed how they did this figure, and I was not expecting him to be as big as he was. I thought he was going to be a little bit smaller, and that's probably the only thing I'd have to say about this guy. It's not that I don't like, but I feel like he's a little bigger than I remember him being in the movie. We'll do a size comparison real quick because I'll forget to do it later. Here he is next to Goku, and he just towers over him. And it's been a while since I've watched the movie, but I don't know if he was that big, but at the same time, it feels like that's really how big he was, because he was a very massive character. So if that is how big he was, then I guess it is accurate. And I'm not saying that the size is bad. I do, in fact, like how large he is. I just was not expecting it. I thought he was going to be a little bit smaller, but he is massive. We'll take a look at the head first. Very awesome face sculpt. I love the hair. The hair is amazing. It's very spiky, very pointy, nice sculpting detail, very awesome. I've always liked the way this guy's hair looked. And as much as I love Dragon Ball Z, I think Broly is probably one of my favorites. I don't know why. He was just kind of he's just a huge guy. You wonder how he gets to be this big. Like, how does this guy become so huge, especially when he's a Super Saiyan? But when he's just kind of a normal, relaxed mode, he's like this really small dude. So who knows? It's just insane. But I just love the way this guy looks. And the hair is awesome. It's painted yellow, and it's got the little green hue going on in the hair. And it kind of goes down the center to the back of his hair. Very nice. It's so awesome, and it kind of goes off to the sides here. I just love it. It looks amazing. The face sculpt is awesome. There's quite a bit of glare for some reason. Usually that doesn't happen. But he comes with 3 faces. This one is him with a little smirk, which I think is awesome. He just has that look of, you can't stop me because I'm more powerful than anyone. We'll talk about the other faces real quick. He has a normal kind of stern look, more serious, and then he comes with another one of him yelling, which I think looks very good. All of which the eyes are white, because when he is Super Saiyan, his eyes are completely white, so that's good. The way you pop off his face is you take off this top part here, and then you'll take off the face, and then you pop it off. And let's talk about the neck joint real quick. The way they have it in here, and I thought this was very interesting. So there's 2 ball pegs. One of them is connected to the head, and the other one's connected to the neck. And what you can do, and this will help increase the range of neck articulation, it goes forward, and the neck joint here, the bottom one allows it to move forward, whereas the top one that's connected to the head allows his head to look up and down and swivel. So that was very nice, and the one connected to the neck can move as well. So you get a ton of articulation out of that point, since his hair is kind of in the way. It does not allow him to look up very much though, so if you want him to kind of like be flying forward, you kind of have to arch his back more. But it allows, since his hair kind of overlaps his neck, you can move it forward to kind of make it move a little bit better. So that is very nice. I thought that was a great way to handle the situation with his hair and the way his you know, his muscles and all that. So that's very good. It's very great range of motion. The skin tone is very nice. It's got some nice shading on the abs, although it seems a little bit more shaded than the rest of his body, but you can see there are some shading down the arms here, which might come up weird on my camera, so I apologize. But there's shading going down the arm, kind of in the creases of his muscle. His little gauntlets, or whatever you want to call them, are very nice looking metallic kind of gold color with a pearly blue, I'd say, or like a gem. So that looks nice, and that same color carries out throughout his necklace, and then down here at his little whatever you want to call it, his skirt thing. I'm not very sure what that's called, but very nice looking, and the sculpting is very nice. I like the way his pecs came out. The whole upper body is very huge. The back side looks great. Very, like I said, the skin's pale, but it has highlights in the creases of his muscles, so it kind of like makes it pop, which I think is very nice. We come down to his skirt. I'm just going to refer to it as a skirt. It's painted a dark red with some black highlights going, or black shading going throughout, which is very nice. So that looks good, and then it's got some more gold paint going here. The legs are painted white with some blue shading in it, which look very awesome. They look really good, and the sculpting on those are very nice looking. It looks like he's wearing very baggy kind of pants. And then again, we have another really nice looking blue gem with the gold paint for his boots, and then some more red paint and gold on his shoes. So let's go over articulation. This guy has a ton of it, and for a huge figure like this, it does not have any impeding problems with the articulation. You can get him in all sorts of positions. I would say the only place that would really hinder him is his legs, because of the way his little skirt is, but they found a way to kind of deal with that too, which we'll go over in a second. But like I said, with the head, he's on a double ball peg, or I don't know how you would say it, but there's a ball peg in the neck connected to another ball peg that allows his head to get all range of motions. He can move forward to further make it rotate all around. In his shoulders, it's not a butterfly joint, but it's this, his arm is connected to this ball peg that rotates around for the shoulder, and then that's connected to his shoulder here. So that's all one piece that rotates with this part that can go in and out. And then he has a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. He's got a rotation in the wrist, which is just a ball peg that the hand pegs onto, which can get tons of articulation. The ball peg itself does not move, it's a single peg, and but there's just so much range inside the hand that it can move freely. The torso can go back and it can go forward. There's this crazy looking thing inside. It's really hard to see, but the way they have it set up is that, let me take it off camera because I have to look at it to describe it. It's really strange, and it's hard for me to tell, but they have it kind of set up differently for this figure. But the moral of the story is he can go forward and back. He can kind of rotate at the waist, but that ends up moving his whole skirt area. and it's kind of tight, and the way his skirt area right here is bundled up, it kind of prevents him from moving too much. So not really needed, but you can still move him slightly, and the skirt itself will move, but it just seems a little more difficult. The legs, well, let's talk about the skirt. The skirt area can go, they're on individual ball pegs, so these flaps can go out to allow him to have more range of motion in the legs, and this is on a ball peg as well to go out and in, and it can rotate around, so that helps out a lot to get him more articulation in the legs, which can go forward and back in the leg. They rotate on the peg. He's got double jointed knees, which are a little bit hard to get the double pointed on, at least on this one. It was a little bit tighter, but maybe now it's kind of loosened up a bit to where it's a little more easier. So yeah, he's got double jointed knees there. No rotation in in his ankle, but he does have rotation in the foot. It goes up and down very slightly though, but good enough amount for me. And then his toe has a hinge. So very, very nice. Tons of articulation. None of it is at all hindered by his sculpt or anything. They found a perfect way of dealing with his massive size and all that stuff. So it's just amazing. And he comes with some more accessories that I didn't go over real quick. He comes with 2 sets of these blaster hands, 2 sets, or I guess one pair of this kind of gripping hand. He comes with 3 of these little energy effects, and then he comes with a stand that you can use to either hold him up, or you can put the little energy effects on to make it look like he's using them. So very awesome. If you don't have this guy, I would recommend you buy him immediately if you have a thought at all of getting this guy, because the price is going to shoot up exponentially for this guy. So I pre-ordered mine way back in like whenever it was, I think February of like 2014 is when he went up for pre-order. I may be wrong, but I thought it was a very long time that guy was up for pre-order. So finally got him. He is probably my favorite figure of all time, or one of the very close race for top figure. But awesome figure. Please check out this figure if you want him. I would not wait. And please check out more videos and other stuff like that. Sorry to take a little while, but I just had to go over all the essential parts of this guy. So stay tuned for more figure art reviews, Marvel Legends, stuff like that, and I will talk to you guys later.